Yeah, that is right. So 2 units, guys. So you had to hand over, give the landlord back the keys because he was not making any money. 2 of the units he sat vacant for nearly 3 months. No sales, no bookings, 0 income. You still have to pay the landlord. Now today, fast forward 5 weeks, he's now made over £21,000 worth of sales and booking, working with myself, creating a brand he's going to leverage throughout the years to come. Welcome to my channel, guys. My name is Piers. I invest in service accommodation business. I've been helping loads of clients through my sourcing, my consulting, and also branding of your service accommodation business. So I've worked with quite a few clients who are new or experienced service accommodation owners who are about to start their service accommodation journey, but also some of the clients who want to scale their business. So I've got an amazing video today for you guys. A client of mine who I've worked with as a consultant for their brand builder, because obviously with all this happening for the last few months, a lot of people, you probably realize you might be one of them watching as well, because a lot of people who watch my videos are, you know, mostly new service accommodation owners, but also I have people from my social media who follow me and actually look at, they're already running service accommodation owners, well, they are service accommodation owners, and they're looking to always gain some value from me and stuff. So guys, one of the things you'll see in this client interview is I'm so blessed that I've been able to work with a very handful of service accommodation owners, and this is my second client interview. My previous client interview is actually in my channel as well, where my client made over £33,800 during this pandemic through all this direct booking as well. And now I've got Anu, who obviously you'll see a full client interview in a minute, who shares how she actually had a small portfolio that she had to give up, and she actually came in touch with me, and we had to, I mean, in a nutshell, I can only tell you this, that most of them, you know, if you are service accommodation owners and you've gone through this last few months, a lot of people have sat in empty units, and she was one of them who had no bookings, you know, sat empty for nearly 3 months in two of her actual accommodation. And today, after working with me 5 weeks, we implemented so many stuff for her service accommodation business, and today we've secured so much. I mean, we're talking just over £20,000 worth of sales and booking. So please make sure you watch the video towards the end. I've got the whole client interview, and obviously Anu will share you know, why and how we work together, and some of her successes as well. So thank you so much for watching. By the way, if you haven't subscribed, please make sure you hit the subscribe button, and make sure you give this a video a like too. Guys, welcome to another client interview of mine. I'm so happy I've got Anu here, who I'm going to talk about in a minute, and what she's achieved in the last few weeks working with myself. But Anu, please, well, first of all, welcome to this client success interview, I'll call it. And yeah, please introduce yourself and let people know what you do at the moment.
Hi everyone, my name is Anu. I have been working with Piers for the last 4 weeks, and it has been an amazing journey, learning wise, implementation, and even the success rate of what we've been doing. It's mind blowing, and I would.
Well, first of all, what I wanted to do is I wanted to obviously talk about your journey when we first started. To, you know, people who are going to watch this would like to know, you know, there's people out there. I've got people who are service accommodation owners, or there's somebody who are about to start SA business, right? And what they want to know is, what were your position when you first started? As you know, when we first worked, when you called me and said, "Piers, I need your help to, you know, get my units full." Talk to us. What were you doing at that point? So you had few units.
Yeah, we had few units. Obviously, then the pandemic happened. We had no bookings at all. We handed, just shortly before I spoke to it, called you. We handed in 2 keys out of our unit, because at the end of the day, we weren't getting any guests, and we didn't know what position would happen in the next few months. Yeah. We had such a high overheads that I had to look at my losses and cut it at that point. But because I didn't want to give up on SA finally, I saw things that Piers have been doing with other SA owners. I had to call him and ask for help, because my plan was, if I can't succeed this time, I'm just going to give up the keys and face other businesses that we're running. But when I called Piers, I just explained everything to him, and I said, I need help. I was so humble about it. I need help. I don't care how we're going to do it, but I just need you to help me.
Yeah.
And he said to me that it's going to be 4 weeks. And trust me, I was thinking 4 weeks ain't going to be enough. But by week 2, it was another ball game.
Wasn't it? So let's go. I mean, reflecting it back to, I remember the call you said you handed over 2 keys, and you've now got 2 that you really want to keep as SA business, because you've always made a good return, right? But then that was probably solely relying on OTAs mostly, rather than some of your direct bookings that we're going to talk about this later on your interview, because let's be honest, you've achieved amazing success through this. So what were what was the feeling like? Because obviously when you joined me, you were in a position where your units were vacant for maybe 3 weeks, I'd say.
No, it was 3 months. Because
right.
we spoke shortly before June, and we had no bookings since March, April, May. I handed the keys over in May. And it was that weekend I handed the keys over. I spoke to you because I was overwhelmed. I think after the phone call, I literally broke down in car and started crying, because I felt like I'm building this empire that's literally, right now I'm even feeling emotional. I'm building this empire that it's actually crumbling before me. Landlords were sending me nasty messages. They didn't want to think about pandemic or anything. And we were just barely catching up with all the expenses. And I spoke to you at that point, and my voice was shaking after I dropped the phone because I was so sad. I was at that position that we had no booking. There was no hope of like where the next booking would come from. Because how am I going to get these people? All OTAs. I was relying solely on OTA.
And the OTAs were closed at that time, weren't they?
They were closed. And I didn't even know how Booking.com works as much as, because I think that's one of my weakest points when I spoke to you. I'm good with Airbnb, and Airbnb did messes up everybody up. And Booking.com is in my best strong point, and you can tell from when you reviewed my listing. So I was running away from Booking.com. Even when I open it, I'm like, what the hell am I doing? I shut it off straight away.
Certainly.
That was only...
So I would wanted to, well, people who are watching, I think one of the things they do realise this is that this is where I always say to service accommodation owners that you have to start looking at your own company as well, not only solely rely on OTA. So obviously after all that conversation, we jumped in a discovery call. I remember you being on your car with your sister. We're sitting down, right? I went through exactly what I was going to cover with my brand builder for your business. And then we started working. So now obviously we worked for 4 weeks / towards the 5 weeks. Now I have written down some of the sales you've done, and I want to make sure you let us know as well what happened. So what sort of sales did you do? So you had Better Than Hotel, first of all. How much did you make from my website, Better Than Hotel?
Oh, more than over £600, because I had a referral. It wasn't even like a direct, someone calling me direct. It was from another SA owner that was bouncing off deals through each other.
So I've written down that you've actually achieved £670 from Better Than Hotel.
I'm always sending you screenshots, Anna.
I remember you sending the screenshot saying, look what I've achieved from your website. And do you know what? I'm so excited that obviously I'm able to do this for service accommodation owners. And one of the reasons I started Better Than Hotel was purely because I wanted to make sure that SA owners can utilize this with referrals. And not only you've had referrals, I've done many of them throughout the month. And you know what? One of the things I do is I make amazing commission by just helping other people, by giving them the bookings that they need, right? Then I remember then you said you had another client from a different platform where you secured 3 months for £3,600. That was another screenshot that you shared me. So that was, okay, so after that, how much did you, so another client, which was your potential 6 months booking, how much was it per month?
That was $2,150 per month. Without any stress, and they're going to be there for 6 months. They checked in a couple of days ago, and honestly, that's me not even thinking about any property at all. And it's amazing. It's amazing.
Okay, so now what we're saying is where you were in a position where you didn't have clients to now you've got direct bookings for months. So not even 1 or 2 nights, you've got those people coming there staying for months.
Yes.
What does that mean to you then?
Peace of mind.
That's cool.
Because I spent all through yesterday and day before yesterday, I spent my time on the phone calling for more houses, because we're now thinking, whereby I sent you another screenshot yesterday, if you can remember, on another platform.
That was another client. How much is it?
That's 2,750.
2,750. So brilliant. So listen, I'm now counting that you've made just over, not counting the 6 months in trial, but potentially just achieved so far 6,670 previously, now 2,750. So that's just over, I think, just over £8,500.
Yep.
One of your clients, which is 2,400, will stay there for 6 months, which is nearly £2,000 as a cash flow.
Yep. And to be honest with you, it's that's not the only thing, because we're not getting calls, not because our properties are free. We're getting calls because we've put ourselves out there. We literally you've done in a way that we're marketing ourselves in the face of the people that needs us.
Yeah.
So they're still calling us, messaging us. But I'm not going to tell them that I haven't got the property. Now, mine is to obviously try and install, if I can, to obviously secure the property. And if I can't, all I've just done is I'm literally finding properties owner, passing the deal to them and taking my commission out of it.
Yeah.
Another better way for me, because it's like stress-free.
Yeah, 100%, because you
There's another deal that I know I've not discussed with you. And that one, I just needed a confirmation email. So yesterday, I went to view so I'll tell you about it. They've seen our advert on one of the platforms as well.
Yeah.
And they want a year's contract. I'm going to send you all the screenshots once everything is good.
Well, guys, by the way, this is something where I don't know about.
So this now.
Anu's actually just bringing it up right now. So great. Okay, yeah, go on.
You don't know about this right now. So it's a care home that wants to use us as an isolation. So they bring in nurses from overseas, and they want to use us as every 7 days as an isolation center. Well, not center, but when they come back, when they come in from Romania, they're with us. Then they can then go and stay another 7 days in the care home to isolate, making 14 days. So they'll get the training in Leeds, then go to London for the trip for their work, but they will spend another 7 days. So every 7 days, I'm getting a new set of nurses. So they want to sign a contract with us. But my fear is I don't want to obviously take up any houses just in case there's another lockdown. Yeah, so guess what? I found a serviced accommodation owner that's happy to obviously go 50-50 on the cost per month. So per month's earning will be £4,000. So I take £2,000 and I'm giving the serviced accommodation owner £2,000.
Oh, wow.
So all I needed was to obviously go back to the care home and give them a date that the property is available. So the first set of nurses can arrive. So I sent them all the emails yesterday saying, I'm ready. I found the house now. I'm just waiting for you to tell me when they're going to arrive. So I've secured it with the service accommodation owner, and it's a letting agent. By the way, the service accommodation owner is not an individual, just in case everyone thinks I'm ripping them off. It's a letting agent that's happy to run few of the properties as service accommodation. So look at this.
Wow.
Honestly, guys.
Wow, this is brilliant. Now, listen, I think the biggest thing of people, and first of all, by the way, well done for achieving that. I mean, I wish I could have this conversation prior to this, because
I know.
And then you'll say, Piers, look at this screenshot. And I'm like, well, when did this happen? So listen, I think one of the exciting things I've seen here is your change of mindset, not only building your brand of your company, which is what I do for service accommodation owners, new or experienced, because for me, you are an experienced SA owner. You've been in the game nearly 2 years, right? And you understand SA business, but what you were missing was creating a brand of your business that will allow you to become, the market leader in your industry and your location, which is what you've done. And effectively, you've now taken that knowledge and started implementing, working with other people in that location as well. So, look, I think, right, now one of the things I'd say is, throughout this process, have you paid any commission in terms of OTA commission so far?
No, they've all been
direct. You've got all this worth of £8,000 so far, plus a potential.
It's all been direct bookings, and it's on my terms. I tell them how I want it, what my cleaning fees are. Do you understand? It's on my terms, whereby They're just paying the money. Like, I'll send you a screenshot of like deposit being paid, because some of them will be like, oh, we don't know you from anywhere, so we're going to pay you 50%. On arrival at the property, we'll transfer the balance to you, which is fair enough. But it's on my terms, and there is no OTA, there's no delay in payment. All the payments are literally paid beforehand, which is actually capital, like everyone would say.
Wow, incredible. Well, listen, I think I have been so excited to work with yourself. Obviously, you know, when we first started, I always say to my clients that, you know, I don't know where this 4 weeks is going to go, but I know by the end of 4 weeks, you've created a brand opportunity that's going to help you for years to come. So one of the things, I don't know if you remember, I always say to my clients, one, you know, my service is all about revenue generating, which is what we've done throughout the process. But also, it's the lifetime knowledge that you're going to go away with. And you know, I am very surprised that with all these things happening, people are still struggling to fill up units. And I know, because as you probably know, you know, we've spoken to similar people who are still struggling in your investment area, and they still haven't got much of a booking. And you're here talking to me saying you've got all these bookings confirmed, because I've seen those money in your bank. You know, and now you're saying you're working with a letting agent who's now going to be probably your best person that's going to source you all this property, and you don't even have to pay a sourcer for this, right? Because you're working with them and creating such a great opportunity. Okay, so why did you decide to, first of all, I know apart from you just thinking, you know, you had no bookings and you were not making revenue, why do you think people who are watching should invest on creating a brand opportunity for their business?
Guys, everything is changing. Like, if anybody cannot dip the situation we all are in right now with the pandemic, with the current situation that businesses are going through, we cannot rely on OTAs. That is one big lesson I've learned in 2020, because last year was a different ball game as to Booking.com and Airbnb generating us fortune. This year, literally nothing. And if we don't invest in ourselves on how to learn how to get bookings directly, there won't be any business by the end of the year. That's one thing I know. There won't be any business. I was at the verge, like that close to giving up, because I literally
threw a few units up, didn't you? So
I did, and I'm still having to pay off the landlords, because we had, for that 3 months we're empty, we're still paying rent, council tax, electricity, and gas. And that overheads are not cheap. They're over like 3-4 grand a month for 3 months. That is a lot, because we don't take 2-bedroom, we don't take flat. We're taking like 5-6 bedrooms, because I have my target market in Leeds, and my target market are contractors and party goers. So my properties are over 5 bedrooms. So if I had to decide to give them up, it's because literally I was at the verge of giving up. And I cried the day I spoke to you. Like I'll say, I felt, at first my sister was listening to the call. She was like, I think he's going to be one of those people that wants you for your money again. But after we spoke, she said, you know what, I would want you to give him a try, because I don't want you to give up this because you've put so much into it.
Yeah, I agree. And I remember you saying your sister was next to you, and she even thought that, you know, whatever I was saying was probably not the right thing that I would deliver by the end of 4 weeks, right? And I still remember we're laughing at it at the end. But look, for me...
Can I say something? Can I cut you short? Can I say something? And guys, honestly, working with Piers is not about you paying him and he'll do all the work for you, and you think magic would randomly happen and bookings are going to be falling in your lap. I had to work. You had to do your part. Every week I had an assignment to do. Every week. And to be honest with you, I'm not just like a single lady. I'm literally running other businesses. I've got 2 kids. I've got a husband. I've got a home to run. A full-time mom with 2 young kids under the age of 5. It is hard. And Piers, to understand, it will set me the assignment, that achievable target that I need to do. Is always they're willing to help. It's not like I've given you the work, it's up to you. If I'm stuck, I can just revert to him and say, listen. And he knows when I haven't done it, because I remember you'll be sending me WhatsApp saying, what you doing? I've not seen any movement. Which is part of like accountability. And that means a lot to me, because I like to obviously know that I am accountable to somebody. I'm accountable to someone. I'm accountable to a project, because then I know I'm doing something. And after the whole 4-week session, I cannot tell you that I don't know what I'm doing, because I can implement everything that you've done, that I've done, even behind the scene. I know the process you've gone through to get me those direct bookings, because then I can replicate it every time we get a new property.
Yeah, absolutely. And remember, one thing you realize, and well, thank you so much for sharing. I think one of the biggest thing I do with my clients I want to make sure my clients will always go away with the knowledge as well as my supports they need. So me and my team will do everything in the back end, but there's tasks. I want you guys to do it, because then it allows you to understand about the business, then why I'm trying to do this and how I've achieved it for my business successfully for the last few years. And that's how what I do. I've just replicate that in your business or any of my clients. You know, before you, I had Lydia, who massively made 33,800. I think you're very close. You know, you've got 14.5 for 6 months. You've made another 8,000 in there. So you're another client of mine. We've achieved amazing results. And I think, you know what, I was so you know, blessed to be in your position when you said we'll work together. And you know, when I come and see results like this for you, all I say to my clients is, it's not about today. We've done what we can. Remember, in the years to come, right, the months to come, you're running this business. You're going to be so successful because you're outbeating all your competition in your investment area through your brand. Because people, and do you remember one thing you said when people, would I have a template email to send to all these corporate companies? I said to you, I don't have to do that. They come to us. I told you that, didn't I, from day one?
That's a vision that every other trainers have put out there. We've put our template letter that we will give you to send out to all these people. Yeah. And that's the vision we all had, that people have to literally source for these people, send emails to contractors, send emails to construction company. But they're calling me every time.
Have you done one email to any company?
No. I even get emails saying thank you, God bless you for like.
Well, I know you actually get inquiry instead, didn't you? So this is what I love, and this is how we create a market placement. So listen, I think I am so blessed to be, you know, to be interviewing you. I'm so lucky that we've managed to achieve amazing results working together. And any last few words to people who are watching? What would you say, if it's new or old service accommodation owners? Why should they invest on their brand building? And just in general, why should they look at the future of service accommodation business?
It's changing. It's changing. And we all need to change with it. So everybody, honestly, think about it. Speak to Piers. Go through the discovery call. It would change your mind forever. Yeah. And I think, like, I just randomly woke up one middle of night and I put on Facebook saying, I'm grateful to working with Piers, because I don't know where I will be. I genuinely had to put it out there saying, I am grateful working with him, because
I appreciate that. Actually, guys, I'll put a screenshot in a minute about a news post. No, I appreciate that.
Because if I'm not grateful, I don't know what else I should be saying. Forget that it's a paid service, but gratitude, like I've just got to be grateful. I'm grateful. I'm filled with gratitude, because I don't think I would know how to secure any booking, how to move forward, how to even like tweaking your Airbnb, little things that matters that you wouldn't even think. You think you know everything? Trust me. You need to like they always say, like, you think oh God, I've just lost it there. Listen, guys, knowledge is power. Knowledge is power. And this guy here, looking all innocent, is filled with knowledge. And brilliant. I think you should just speak with him, go through his mouth. And one thing about Piers is, like, he's that guy that put a lot of free content out there. Yesterday, I saw you saying download this for the last time. You're always giving. Yeah. And for him to always give, he has a lot to give. And that little, we need to obviously learn more from him. I think he deserves an accolade for it.
Yeah, thank you.
I have learned so much from you. I think the first thing you did for me was the Better Than Hotel. Remember when the Better Than Hotel started?
Yeah.
Not just sent things, including I could see you. Your dad was helping you. Yeah, that meant a lot to me. That meant a lot, because it's a family-built business.
Yeah, do you know what? I came to a position that when I, obviously, people who don't know what we're talking about, Better Than Hotel is something I launched
when the pandemic started for service accommodation owners, then right. And one thing I've realised there is when Airbnb shut down, people were starting panicking because they didn't have places where they could be found, right? So all of a sudden, people are now sitting on empty units all the time. So I said, why don't we create Better Than a Hotel? Because at that point, I was thinking, well, hotels are still being booked by key workers, and we actually have a lot to offer as service accommodation owners. It's just people need to find and see us, right? But then what I didn't realise was there was going to be loads of work behind it, right? When I put out there saying, who wants to be in Better Than a Hotel, I got nearly 300 requests come through from SA owners in the country. And I'm thinking, oh my God, how do I now put all these properties back into, and you know, I must say I'm lucky with, you know, the team I have, the website team I have, obviously my father, who I said to him, look, do you fancy writing an article about Better Than Hotels? So I passed it over to him. So I got everyone involved where I can because I just wanted to give back to the community. And that's what I do. You know, whatever I know, I'll always give back to SA community. And I've done that through, you know, several things, as you know, free Airbnb hacks that I did last year. You were one of them as well. Better Than Hotel, I've done Google My Business. So I will do, and loads of YouTube content like
that Airbnb hack. Remember, after I did it,
yeah,
I got a direct booking straight away.
You did, yeah.
I sent you a screenshot because all I did was obviously implemented all the little pinpoint you've put,
yeah.
And straight away someone called me, booked us, contacted me, and then booked us direct.
Wow, I know. I've got a screenshot of that. Yeah, no, I've got that screenshot as well. So listen, I think thank you so much for everything you've done. Well done.
Thank you too.
No, well done for implementing everything I've shown you in your business, and you're going to have a successful business in the coming years.
Amen.
Thank you so much for taking time out to, obviously, with the schedule with all businesses, your little ones and family. I appreciate you know, being in this call. And yeah, well, I look forward to hearing more success from you in the coming months and years. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for watching this client interview. I hope you kind of gave an understanding of, if you're a new or experienced service accommodation owner, why is it so important that you know, absolutely love OTAs and I still utilize them to the maximum potential, but also create a brand for your business so that in years to come you can start leveraging it as well. I'm going to leave a link down below for a free masterclass of branding, and you can see why and how it is important, and a shift change of just thinking about the long term of your service accommodation business. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. If you've got any question, please leave a comment down below, and I look forward to seeing you guys in another video soon. And make sure you hit that subscribe button.